Hello, my name is Yvette Doran, and I'm your current mgma president. It is my pleasure to welcome you to our feature presentation, the 2011 Annual Spring Conference. In the movie clips we just viewed, you probably recognize some classics, some of your favorites, some that seem maybe a little familiar, and maybe some that were totally new. This is the premise, the storyline, if you will, for our feature presentation. During this year's conference, we are going to take a closer look at healthcare in motion and see exactly what it takes to run an award-winning practice. You may have noticed all of our conference sessions are named after award-winning movies this year. But more importantly, our sessions contain educational material to help you achieve an award-winning practice. Just like the movie clips, our session topics will include some classics, some of your favorites, some that are vaguely familiar, and some that may as well be foreign movies without subtitles. Regardless, we hope you find your movie marathon to be an enjoyable learning experience over the next 2.5 days. Your overall experience is one of the 4 fundamentals we are focused on this year to better convey and support TMGMA's core values of networking, mentoring, and education. We are focused on growing relationships in our membership by embracing 4 fundamentals: engage, educate, experience, and enjoy. This is your association, and you, the members, are our most valuable asset. So we want this conference and all of 2011 to be just about you. We chose to usher you down the red carpet and escort you to your seats today because you are our VIPs. You are the stars of our show while you've joined us here in Gatlinburg. So on behalf of the TMGMA Board and the Leadership Committee, we want to thank you for choosing to join us and hope that you enjoy our award-winning agenda. It takes a large supporting cast to produce any award-winning feature presentation, and our conference is no exception. I would like to introduce you to our TMGMA All-Stars, the 2011 Executive Board and Leadership Committee. Sarah Ligon, immediate past president. Will Pitt, president-elect. Deanne Brown, vice president. Dan Hahn, secretary-treasurer. Susie Richardson, chair of past president's council. Rick Dunn, co-chair of marketing. Zach Morris, co-chair of marketing. Paige LeMay, chair of local chapters. Kathy White, ACNPE forum representative. David Broccoli, legislative committee chair. And of course, Melissa Wilson, our executive director, needs to be recognized as an all-star as well. I would like to personally thank each member of this crew. You truly are all-stars. Thank you for your volunteer time, your efforts, and your energy. You truly are my all-star supporting cast. Thank you. Before we get to our main presentation, our feature attraction today, we have a few announcements. I would like to thank the sponsor of the conference binders, LabCorp. I would also like to thank MedLink's Transcription for sponsoring the great bags that we're all going to carry around this week. You should have also noticed in your registration packet there is a handy pocket guide to the conference, which includes the agenda, complete with room names, and also this year a map of exhibitor information. The pocket guide was sponsored by Healthcare Procurement. All of these sponsors will be in the exhibit hall. Please, please, we could not put on such a feature presentation without the support of our sponsors and vendors. Please take a moment to thank them as you visit the exhibit hall. At registration, you should have received an autograph book. Inside the autograph book, there is a complete layout of the exhibit hall with numbered spaces so you will know where to find each vendor. Throughout, we are asking you to collect autographs from each vendor. Keeping with our theme, the autograph book, when complete, if you would please return it to the registration desk. You will then in turn be given a ticket and you will be entered for a drawing on Friday for $250 cash. You must be present to win. In addition, we have invited our exhibitors to give their booths the All-Star treatment. You will see in your registration packet little tabs and the green instruction sheet. You will be voting on the vendors this year. We have 4 awards. There will be one for Best Decorated Booth. There will be one for the Yummiest Appetizer. There will be one for the Friendliest Rip, really. And there will be one for Best Giveaway. You will find a cup like this on each vendor booth in the registration hall. So please place your votes, cast your votes in this cup, and then we will award those throughout this conference. Actually, I now see there's a note that we will ask you to vote for your favorite exhibitors this afternoon and also during the welcome reception this evening. Finally, please don't forget that all vendor giveaways will be drawn at Friday's award-winning breakfast. So you don't want to oversleep. We encourage you to be there so you can win some great prizes. Immediately following the conference, you will receive an online survey. Please, this is crucial for future planning. We want this to be all about you, so your feedback is imperative. We want to give you what you asked for. Hence, here we are back in Gatlinburg. So please offer the feedback and we will listen. If you should have any questions or difficulties during the conference, please see Melissa Wilson at the registration desk. She may ask you to take a number and wait, but she will be happy to help you. At this time, I would also like to recognize several VIPs in attendance today. Being president of TMGMA is both an honor and an effort, but a very rewarding one. We have several past presidents in attendance today, and I would like to invite you and our immediate past president, Ms. Sarah Ligon, to take your place on the red carpet and find your star on the Walk of Fame. Joining us today, first of all, Ms. Sarah Ligon. We also have Teresa Beasley. We have Randy Wilmore.
Randy, you're back here.
We have Debbie Hudson. We have Steve Dickens. We have Alan McMurray.
I'm here in the back.
We have Deborah Parker Pratt. We have Susie Richardson. We have Mary Royer and Randy Wilmore. Thank you for your years of service to TMGMA and the path that you've blazed in front of us who follow. You may be seated, but please leave your star on the red carpet until we're finished the feature presentation today. You can take it home with you. At this time, it is my pleasure to bring to you one of our past presidents who is going to have a special presentation. Steve Dickens, would you join me?
Thank you, Yvette. Folks, don't be fools with a bow tie. I'm not Thomas Stern. Clearly, I'm taller, have more hair, younger, and better looking. But anyway, Tom could not be with us today. He had a number of commitments that kept him from joining us here in Gatlinburg. So I have the honor of making the introduction for the Martha Johnson Distinguished Service Award. Some of you probably recall were there a few years ago when this award was created. The association had reached a point in its history that the board believed that we had a number of distinguished members who should be honored, recognized, and thanked for their many years of dedicated and loyal service to all of us and to the work that you do. And in making the decision to create this award and recognize some of our own folks, the board had a conversation. We thought it would be appropriate to perhaps name this award after someone. And as we were considering it, it was a unanimous and quick decision as to who would get the first award and also who the award would be named after. We realized that there really was only one person after whom we could craft this award, after whom we could give it her name, that there would never be any controversy, there would never be any discussion as to whether or not we had chosen the right person. And so in that move, the Board of Directors created the Martha Johnson Distinguished Service Award to recognize those folks. And of course, Thomas Stearns was the winner of that award last year. And we have a very distinguished recipient this year. And I will take the personal opportunity to say that she has a very special place in my heart. But there is someone else here today to give her her much-deserved trophy. And to present this year's Martha Johnson Distinguished Service Award is Dr. Rand Fredrickson. Dr. Fredrickson is an assistant clinical professor at the Vanderbilt Heart and Vascular Institute. He is a graduate of Washington University School of Medicine. He practiced cardiology at Page Campbell until 2006. In 2006, he retired from full-time practice and began an outreach cardiology practice throughout Tennessee and Kentucky as part of the cardiology division at the Vanderbilt Heart and Vascular Institute. Dr. Fredrickson.
I've known Mary Royer since 1979 when she came to work for our practice. Mary served in several capacities in our practice, and which included practice manager. Mary was a true visionary. In 1995, she helped us purchase and institute an electronic medical record, which made us one of the first cardiology practices in the country that had an EMR. One of the comedians in my practice used to say that we were on the bleeding edge of things. Mary also steered us through the merger with Vanderbilt, and here again we were ahead of the curve 5 years before it became fashionable to merge with hospital practices. As you know, when medical groups get in trouble, they seem to circle the wagons and shoot in. And Mary kept us from doing that. We weathered several storms because of Mary's help. As you all know, the success of medical practice is directly related to the relationship between the physician executive and the practice manager. And when I was managing partner, I always knew that Mary had my back. Mary, would you come up?
You guys know I am so bad at this. I am so humbled and so appreciative. I can't even tell you. Can you hear me? I appreciate this man so much and love him. And so many of you. Gosh, I look around this room and I go back so far with so many of you. Steve asked me if I had prepared a speech, and I hadn't. So I went upstairs and tried to write some things down, but I can't even read it. So I just want you to know I am so appreciative of this and so thankful to all of you and what so many of you have meant to my career. Long ago, I turned to mgma for advice and fellowship, friendship when I needed it. Many of you know Pete Payne passed away recently, and Pete certainly was one of the first people that I knew in TMGMA, Susie Richardson. I remember Susie saying long ago that some of her longest and dearest friendships came from TMGMA, and certainly they do. So many people around this room mean so much to me, people that aren't here too. I know that, I guess I've been difficult to corral for this, and so a lot of people probably aren't here that might be, that have been important to me. But gosh, you guys mean so much to me, I really appreciate this. Thank you very much.